Hello. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of SmartFox News. I hope you enjoyed today's episode.
Hi SmartFox TV viewers! In celebration of Black History Month, we are going to talk about an amazing little girl today. Can you imagine a crowd of adults throwing items and nasty words at you simply because you were going to school? This was exactly what 6-year-old Ruby Bridges experienced back in November of 1960. At the time, after much social activism, schools in Louisiana were starting to desegregate, meaning they were no longer running schools that were just for white students or just for black students. For the first time, this meant that black students could attend a school of their choice and not be limited to opportunities and resources based on their skin color. Unfortunately, Ruby's school district still found a way to limit the movement of black students to formerly all-white schools by creating an entrance exam that black students had to pass in order to get in. Ruby Bridges was only one of 6 students who passed. In the end, 2 of those students ended up staying at their old school, 3 went to another formerly all-white school, and Ruby braved her experience at William Frantz Elementary on her own. Her father was worried about her safety in attending a desegregated school, but her mother wanted the best education for her. She ended up going to school every day with the help of 4 federal marshals along with her mother. Crowds of people screamed and threw things at her each time, yelling racial slurs. She only ever got scared when she saw a woman holding a black baby doll in a coffin. Her first day of school was spent in the principal's office because of the chaos of parents pulling students from the school. Only Barbara Henry accepted Ruby as her student, and Ruby was her only student for the whole school year. Ruby ate lunch alone the whole year and sometimes played with her teacher. Despite hardships going to school, Ruby never missed a single day. Henry and Bridges would later reunite to do many speaking engagements. For going to school, Ruby's family suffered for her too. Her dad lost his job and her grandparents were kicked off the farm where they lived and worked for about 25 years. Grocery stores also refused to sell food to her mother. Due to Ruby and her family's bravery, other African Americans eventually enrolled at the school and Ruby became a successful travel agent and social activist. She created the Ruby Bridges Foundation to fight for change and tolerance and was made an honorary deputy marshal in Washington, D.C. in 2000. The next time you question if you're old enough or brave enough to face something difficult, I hope you'll think of Ruby Bridges and how this young girl fought for her right to go to school, even when adults were screaming at her. Thanks for joining today's segment.
Good morning, everyone. Kim here, and now it's time for a pop quiz. What president is on the $20 bill? Is it A. Abraham Lincoln, B. Ulysses S. Grant, C. Thomas Jefferson, or D. Andrew Jackson? Stay tuned for the answers.
Hello everyone, it's February 10th and this is some good news. First, a couple of good news stories out of Australia. In a recent study gathering data since 2001, Australia has experienced a massive drop in crime, one of the largest drops ever recorded. The country saw drops as high as 71% and overall dropping around 65% across several categories, such as break-ins, car thefts, etc. The study highlights several possible reasons for the decline, but whatever they are, this is awesome news for Australia. In the second Australian story, as reported by ABC Australia, local animals in New South Wales are helping their human counterparts find water while the country is experiencing severe drought. Wombats in particular are making the big difference. The animals, also desperate for water, are digging deep to search for underground sources and leading humans straight to the prize. And that's some clever thinking for the wombats, but let's make sure we share. In our last story, we go to the United States, home sweet home, where a Chick-fil-A worker who recently won a car in a company raffle turned around and gave the car to a coworker who was commuting to work by bicycle in Wisconsin during the winter. I think that says it all. Not only is this a true sign of friendship, it's also a reminder that despite all that goes on, humanity finds a way. This has been Good News, and thank you for watching.
Good morning, everyone. Kim here, and now it's time for the results of the pop quiz. What president is on the $20 bill? Is it A, Abraham Lincoln, B, Ulysses S. Grant, C, Thomas Jefferson, or D, Andrew Jackson? If you chose D for Andrew Jackson, you are correct. Andrew Jackson served as America's 7th president. His presidency lasted 2 terms, which ran from 1829 to 1837. Thanks for tuning in to another round
Thanks
of
for watching
Pop
SmartFox TV. I'm Chris Yates.
I'm Kim.
I'm Sally.
I'm Tracy.
Until next time, stay
Stay
foxy.
foxy.